Hi there, I'm Katie Skilton and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I've got something a little bit new and different to show you. So this is our latest box kit from Pinkfresh Studio. And in this you get a magazine and you get some products to help you create all the cards that you see inside. So this is beautiful, kind of completely up my street. So inside the box, let me just pop this out. So this is what you get in your box kit. So this is available on Craftstash and I will pop a link in the comments. It's also available in some newsagents and supermarkets and things. So what do you get? So you get this fabulous, beautiful stamp set in here, along with the layering stencils to colour all of these stamped images. And you also get this really handy Happy Birthday die set. So that all comes in the box kit. And obviously you also get the magazine. So inside the magazine you get 32 pages of pattern papers. And these are all from Pinkfresh Studio as well. They're really lovely modern designs. Lots of uses for those. And then you get lots of projects, kind of ideas inside, lots of which shows you how you can use the products that come with the box kit. So lots of really pretty items in there. So today I'm going to share a card with you. So I've got my stamping platform here. So I'm going to start by stamping the images. So we're going to take this stamp set here. So it all comes as one stamp set. So we're going to pop this down. And we'll stamp it. So let's just pop all the ink onto here. So you want to cover the whole stamp set. We're going to ink the whole lot. So there you've got all of your florals. So we're going to pop this out of here now. I'm going to move this one to the side. And what we're going to do, we're going to start to add ink to these. Now I've already got some pre-cut here, but for mine I need 2 sets of this. So I'm just going to bring these in so you can kind of see where we're going to go with this. So I need to do this twice. So these are all the layers. Now I'm going to take the stencils now. This is the layering stencil. So these work with the stamps. Let's take these out of the packet. So inside here, I think there's 5 in here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's 5 layering stencils inside. And we are going to start by taking this one here. So this one here is going to line up, and this is going to be your base colour basically. So I'm going to line it up to that one there. And I'm just going to start by adding some tattered rose. So just going to get the tattered rose on my blending brush. I'm going to make sure my stencils nice and lined up. I'm just going to start to add ink to that whole flower there. So basically any bits that you see that are cut out of this stencil, you want to be adding ink to. So there's that little bud there, and then this kind of budding flower here. Just make sure you've got them all before you move on to the next colour. So this is kind of quite soft colour that I'm starting with, and I'm going to really build those layers up with each of the stencils. So we'll take that one away, and then we're going to add our next stencil. Make sure I've got it the right way around. Pop this one down here. Now I'm going to use 2 colours through this one. So I'm going to use a mixture of the pink and the yellows. So let me bring in my picked raspberry, and I'm just going to kind of do a mixture of them both. So I'm making sure I cover that centre. I'm just going to also going to grab my yellow at the same time here, because where I haven't put the pink, I'm going to pop the yellow so that we get a real mix of blended colours there. And I might just go over a little bit with pink, and I'm going to do the same on the flower bud. Mix of colours, and I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to do the same on all of them again, where the stencil is showing, you've got the gaps there. Now obviously you can just use one colour if you want to. I just thought it looked nice, the kind of mixture of colours there. So you've got that real vibrant look now. So next you want to do your leaves. So I'm going to bring in the leaf. And I'm going to pop that one over there. So I'm going to use my twisted citron first of all. Obviously you can use any colours you want. If you've only got certain colour ink pads, work with what you've got. So, just add in that ink, and it doesn't matter if you've got kind of different colour, different blends of it, because it works quite nicely when some of it's darker than others. So then finally, to add some detail in, I'm bringing the next leaf one in. And this time I'm going to use the bundled sage. So this is kind of going to add stems into the leaves now for me. Just make sure I've got that lined up. And we'll go in with the darker green. Get the buds there. Just make sure you're going through all of the gaps. There's a couple of small ones at the top there, so make sure you've got those. And there. So finally, I'm going to take my scattered straw, and I'm just going to do, there's a couple of stems on here that you want to add in. So just add those on. In the centre of the flower. So now you've added colour to all of those layers with the help of the layering stencil. So what you need to do now is actually cut them all out. So I'm going to come back in a second once I've cut them all out, and then we can piece the card together. So I've now fussy cut all around the flowers. So you can see I've got two sets here basically. And what we're going to do, we're going to add these onto the card now. So I've got a blank white cardstock here. And then I've got some gold. So I'm just going to layer the gold on top of the card blank. Just add some glue to that. We'll pop that one on the front of the card blank. Then I have taken, so I've pre-cut this, so I've taken some, so this is the pattern papers from the paperback. What I've done, I've actually gutted the centre of it because I wanted to use this little die cut in the card, so rather than waste a whole sheet, I've just cut it from that because you're not going to see it in a second. So we're going to layer this up, and this is just a really good way. If you've got a limited amount of papers, just use the centre of it, because when you're matting layering, you're not going to see any of this anyway. You might as well make use of it. And then I've got a piece of white cardstock, so lots of layers here, and this is going to tie all the colours in a second. So let's layer that one on. Now, what I've done, I've pre-die cut this. So this is from a Studio Lights set. Let me show you. So I'm going to add that one on now. Just die cut this. I'm not sure what I've done with the die set. I've obviously popped it somewhere very safe. I'll pop that one down. So I'm going to pop this one in the centre. And again, now that gold outline is kind of tying in all that gold. And this is the bit that I cut from the middle of the backing bit just now that I said I just wanted that diamond shape, but I didn't want to use a whole sheet of paper. So I'm going to pop that one back in there. Now, these are the dies that come in the set. So you get this happy and birthday, but you also get the shadow as well. So I'm going to pop these onto the shadow. So I've cut them from gold and then a black. And that's going to really make it stand out in a second. So we'll just layer these here. And then they're going to sit in the centre of that diamond in a second. This is a really handy set. Happy birthday die is always really handy to just have to quickly, because it's rather than die cutting each word individually, you've just got a quick go-to die. So let's pop the birthday one down. And then I can work out where it's all going to go. So I've got my happy birthday there. So I think if that goes there, then I'm going to be able to layer up all these flowers. So I'm just going to take the florals now, and I'm kind of going to decide where they're going to go. So I'm going to have one on this side and one on that side. So it might be a case in a minute. I'm going to move this happy birthday around a little bit. If I work out where the flowers are going to go, we can see that it all fits in. And then I want some leaves kind of coming out from each of them. So coming out from the side there, and then some of the little buds coming out as well. Just trying to work out where that would look nice. So that's going to look quite nice coming out of there. And I've got this bit here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my 3D foam pads actually. And what we'll do, we'll start by sticking down these big flowers, and then everything else can be positioned around it. Now I roughly know that's going to be that one. So I can stick my leaf down because I know I want the leaves there. Sometimes this is the longest part of making a card as well, is kind of fiddling around and working out where all the bits are going to go and how they're going to fit on, where you're going to fit the sentiment. So it's kind of best to do all this before you glue anything down, basically. It just saves that frustrating having to pull it all back up again. Or even worse, not being able to revive the card once it's stuck down. So I'll pop a couple of little buds there, coming out I think. And then maybe some more leaves coming out of that side there. So we've got that real 3D element going on with the florals. I think then I'm going to pop this happy birthday down here. And then if I want to add in a couple more bits, I can do in a second. Let's put the sentiment down now. Now I know where we're going with that. So we'll pop the happy into the frame. And then the birthday coming out from the edge there. Just make sure they're straight. And then if I want to, I can add a couple more bits. So we can have, I'm going to have that one trailing down. I'm going to use a 3D foam pad for that one to make it stand out a little bit. Pop that one coming from the leaf. And you can keep going really. It's knowing when to stop sometimes, isn't it? I think that's probably, could even have that one actually trailing down. I like that. So I have that. It's nice. There we go. So let me move all these bits out of the way. So that is our happy birthday card. So this is using everything, obviously, apart from the die, in this Pink Fresh box kit. So as I say, this is available on Craftstash. I will pop a link in the description to the box kit. I'll also pop a link to the white cardstock that I've used, because this is kind of a game changer at the moment. So this is new white cardstock. It's a Creative Craft Products cardstock. You get 30 sheets in a pack. But the colours are really vibrant when you add the inks on, and it's made such a difference. So yeah, all the links will be in the description anyway. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, any comments, please feel free to leave them, and I will see you again soon. Bye.